then I will go to Rizal Rahman. Asif Irfanullah, please.
Thank you very much. খুব চমৎকার প্রেজেন্টেশন শুনলাম প্রফেসর নিয়ামুল নাসিরের কাছ থেকে। আমার একটা খুব কুইক কোশ্চেন, এই ইলশা কনজারভেশন বা ম্যানেজমেন্টের কথা যদি আমরা বলি, এখানে আমরা দেখি যে ডেটাকে ব্যবহার করে ম্যানেজমেন্টের দিকে আগানো, সায়েন্সকে ব্যবহার করে ম্যানেজমেন্টের দিকে আগানো, এবং আমরা যে নাম্বারগুলো দেখছি যে কত প্রোডাকশন হচ্ছে, জিডিপিতে কত পার্সেন্ট কন্ট্রিবিউশন, 1.24%, মানে আমরা আউটপুটের উপরে বেশি ফোকাস দিচ্ছি। এমনকি কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস আছে আমাদের দেশে যে কত টাকা আমরা ইনভেস্ট করছি আসলে এই ইলশা ম্যানেজমেন্টে? আমরা শুধু তো নিচ্ছি রেভিনিউ, এই নাম্বারই আমরা জানি, কিন্তু ইনভেস্টমেন্ট কত হচ্ছে? যদি কোনো অ্যানালাইসিস থাকে যদি শেয়ার করতেন। থ্যাংক ইউ।
থ্যাংক ইউ। আপনি আসলে তো জানেনই আমাদের এই ইলিশের আসলে ইনভেস্টমেন্টটার থেকেও যেটা মেইনলি যে সমস্যা যেটা হচ্ছে যে ভ্যালুস গুলো দেখা যায় একটা মতো মডেলের উপর বেস করে করা হচ্ছে, যেটা সবচেয়ে ডেঞ্জারাস। এখন বলা হয় যে ইলিশের যে মডেলটা ভার্চুয়াল পপুলেশন ডাইনামিক্স এর যে মডেল দিয়ে করে একটাই ভিপিএন মডেল, একটা মডেল দিয়ে আসলে করাটা সবচেয়ে বেশি রিস্কি। সরি মিস্টার কুনাল, আই এম টকিং ইন বেঙ্গলি। তো একটা মডেল করার কারণে যেটা হচ্ছে এটা 6 লক্ষ মেট্রিক টন বলছে, and it could be a result of that overfishing হতে পারে। বাট এটা আমি বললে পরে এই কথাটা এখন আসলে কেউ ধার্তব্যের মধ্যে ফেলছে না। প্লাস আমাদের যে ব্যাকআপ, আপনি যে একটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট প্রশ্ন করেছেন যে আমাদের যে ব্যাকআপ যে লজিস্টিক, এটা কিন্তু খুবই কম ইনভেস্টমেন্ট হচ্ছে। মেবি মানে এই ইলিশের পিছনে কিন্তু আসলে কিন্তু কোনো খরচ করা হয় না তেমন। এটা যা করছে প্রাইভেট এন্টারপ্রেনাররা কয়েক হাজার মানে কয়েকশো কোটি টাকা মানে এরা খরচ করে ছোট ছোট আর্টিফিশিয়াল ফিশারির পিছনে। বাট চেঞ্জ অফ ইয়ে কিন্তু অনেক, মানে রিটার্ন আমি যেটা বললাম যে এটা আমি সেদিন 25,000 টাকা অনেক 500 টাকা করে কেজি ধরে প্রোডাকশনকে হিসাব করেছি যে 25,000 কোটি টাকা। কিন্তু সেদিন মৎস্য অধিদপ্তরের ডাইরেক্টর মহোদয় ফিনান্স উনি বললেন যে না, এটা 1,00,000 কোটি টাকার সমান ভ্যালু। বাট যাই হোক, অত ভ্যালু হলেও কিন্তু আমাদের ইনভেস্টমেন্ট কিন্তু খুব কম। এটার পিছনে আমাদের ইনভেস্ট করলে পরে আমরা ইনভেস্টমেন্টে বলছি যে এটা পিছনে ব্যাকআপ প্ল্যানটা যদি আরো ভালো করা যেত, ইনভেস্ট করলে আমরা হয়তো আরো ভালো রিটার্ন পেতে পারতাম। আর একটা আমাদের যে আমাদের যে ভারত থেকে যে বললেন যে আসলে আমরা যদি ইলিশের থাকার স্পেসটা যদি বাড়ায় দিতে পারতাম, ইলিশ কিন্তু পুরোপুরি বাংলাদেশে আগের মতো পদ্মা পর্যন্ত যেতে পারে না ওই একটা সিজনে, বর্ষা ছাড়া। কারণ মাঝখানে নদী মধ্যে গভীরতা নেই অভাব ওই অঞ্চলে, যেটা আমি আমার গবেষণায় প্রায় আমি দেখিয়েছি। তো এখন যেটা হচ্ছে যে তারা যদি যেতে পারতো তাহলে কিন্তু আমাদের এই ইলিশের প্রোডাকশন অনেক বেড়ে যেত, মানে ওদের স্পেস বেশি পেত, সংখ্যা তো একই, ওরা বড় হওয়ার জায়গাটা বেশি পেত, ওদের সংরক্ষণ করলে পরে আমরা বেশি বেশি ইলিশ পেতে পারতাম। এবং বাংলাদেশ, ভারত এবং এই রিজিয়নের এই যে গঙ্গা এবং এই ব্রহ্মপুত্র তীরবর্তী এই লোকগুলো কিন্তু সবাই কিন্তু এখানকার সমাজের কিন্তু সবাই কিন্তু ইলিশটাকে খেতে পারতো। এটাই হচ্ছে আর কি টোটাল মানে মোদ্দা কথা আর কি।
প্রফেসর রেজাউর রহমান from Rajshahi University. Rezaul.
First, I would like to thank Professor Niamul Naser for his nice presentation. Actually, this kind of presentation new to me, and I'm happy to know that from his lecture, and I get a lot of biological information about the Hilsa. Actually, Hilsa is not only related to economy, source of protein and those things. It also represents us, our country. So it has a great importance to us. As a geographer, I would like to say that, and it is you can say that my questions to Professor Naser sir, like Professor Kunal Kumar Dash, he is my teacher also from Indian Institute of Remote Sensing. He was a professor there. He already raised a question that we can use geographical information system for modeling. As a geographer, I think that first we should know the productive places of Hilsa particularly, not for the all fishes. In a very first map, you show that there are 4 fishing sites in the Bay of Bengal. But if we have the particular fishing site for Hilsa, and that we can find out using the technology like geographic information system, along with the detailed sea environment information from the remote sensing data, then we can do the modeling. So already you said that, Professor Naser, you said that in that site there is not a lot of work we have. So so I think that we can do work on this issue. And once we have the particular site and their movement, because as a geographer, I think that 2 things important: space and time, the location and the movement of the Hilsa. If we can find out rightly and can do the modeling, then it would help us to manage properly for the conservation of the Hilsa in this area. So this is one thing. And another thing, my second question is that, is there any research related to climate change issue to Hilsa? Like in the coastal area, we know that due to the climate change impact, the coastal area, the salinity is increasing. If the salinity is increased continue in the near future, then I think it will be the great problem for the breeding to Hilsa in the river system. So is there any study about that, or any management issue regarding that climate change issue? Thank you.
There's 2 things that we talked about. First, on the about the environmental issue and the GIS. I did in that book that I show you, the cover, you can download it in from the IUCN website on the migration of Hilsa. You can see some of the GIS map inside. That is very interesting that I didn't show up here. What happened? We found the similar kind of environment in the Meghna breeding ground, as well as at the same time we have the same some of the same physical condition in the river, in the Rajshahi, even in the Godavari. So we concluded we don't have much research at the time, but it really says why the fish usually migrate from this Meghna breeding ground even up to the Rajshahi, in the Godavari. So that is, they have the same in a particular breeding season. I did it in the band period, in the 6 days. They have the very, very similar water quality, so the fish can breed in a similar way. So you're very much right that the geographical information can tell us or show us, where they can breed or where their breeding ground, spawning ground is there.
Okay,
there's one research is on the climate change, but that is in a particular in some of the objectives on Hilsa as well as the issue, but more research needed to be done to understand. Those are the model-based work, but I would say the reality kind of work in terms of climate change as well as what's happening in the field could be a good, way to do some of the proposal that you make in future. And I'm very much eager to work. If you come forward, we can work together to the Bay of Bengal. Even you are living next to the Podda, so that can be included into the blue economy and do the work over both, both from there to the Bay of Bengal to understand more about the fish and their science.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I
Okay,
think
thank
we
you very
can,
much.
because of time constraint, we can invite 2 more person. So now the hand is raised by Ghulam Mustafa from Malaysia. And after Ghulam Mustafa, I personally would request Manjurul Kibriya, who we know in the country is an expert on Halda River. And as Niamul Rashid said that the first rain start from Halda mouth. So Halda is a big issue. So after Ghulam Mustafa, I would request Manjurul Kibriya to say a few words. Then we have to conclude.
Sir, sorry for interrupt. We have another question from one of our alumni, Mr. Sanjay Roy, in comment section.
Okay, would you please read out the question?
Sure, sir. A question to Professor Dr. Naser, sir. We have fisheries policy for managing fishery resource in the inland water bodies. The question is, can these policies be equally applied for marine fisheries governance, or do we need specific policies focusing marine space? Thank you.
Okay, I understand. Very precise question. But before that, Ghulam Mustafa and then Manjurul Kibriya, then you can answer 3 collectively. Ghulam Mustafa.
Thank you very much, sir. It's almost midnight here in my place.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Coastal Research Unit, under the leadership of Professor Shoidul Islam, sir. And obviously, I'm very much delighted from the lecture of Professor Niamul Naser, sir. My question is will be somehow linked with the previous question too. As we know, as you already mentioned in your lecture also, so Hilsa is now managing in multiple way, both ecological and social or human management way. So I'm very much focused on the ecological things that is started with Dhaka conservation, then sanctuary development, then the mother fish or the spawning ground management, and very recently added the 65 days fishing ban in the ocean or the sea. I just very curious on how that, because that's newly added 65 days is for a general fishing purpose. Whether is it yet accounted that 65 days banning the effect on the Hilsa stock or the Hilsa production? This is the reverse way. And another, if I say the vice versa, how that Hilsa management practices is impacting the other stocks, other fish stocks. If I say that Hilsa is a elite fish, I mean, not in terms of monetary value, in terms of ecological sensitivity, because its physiological or reproductive or migration pattern or demand is too high. That means it can cover the suitability nature. What I mean, the other physical or chemical suitability parameters can cover the many other species, clupids, or beyond other, beyond the clupids. So is there any, because you have a long research experience, so is there any initiatives that accounted for the habitat suitability for Hilsa, which is come up with a good impact on other fish management, and in the reverse way? This is the first question. And the second one is, so far I have information that regarding our MPA, I heard that is up to date, that is declared 3 areas, that is Socio-ecological ground, and then Nijum Deep, and very recently probably the Saint Martin Island area. Is there any possibility to declare any MPA specifically in the name of Hilsa? That's my second question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Well, maybe I can go right with the answer because I forget all the lots of questions. The first one, actually, I think that Afrin read about. There is 2 different rules for the inland as well as in the marine fisheries. So for the marine fisheries, we have to have different regulation, and then it needed to be, gazetted, and it should be announced, later on. And whereas for the inland fishery, we have this rule in 1800, in the British time. And then it was in the British, in the early East Pakistan time in 51, and then it was modified year after year to conserve fish and other species. And so I think that I'm clear now for the two different area have the two different types of rules and regulation. And if you need to know more, you just contact me. I can discuss with you about the rules and regulation of Bangladesh fisheries. And Dr. Ghulam Mustafa, for you. Habitat selectivity is very important issue, or the present task for Hilsa. We need to have, we need to understand this habitat indexing or issue for fish, as well as for the adult fish, as well as for the Jatka. Why? It comes up actually the different comments from the valued question. Present, that question that I found. That we have that you have that there are I showed you that there's about 7,000 square kilometers, 7,000 to 8,000 square kilometer is the sanctuary. But the main challenge is it cannot guard the whole places. And then Professor Reza was right that, if we have a graph, or if we have some places we can guard in a particular time in a particular place, that can be done. So that comes with your question, Dr. Mustafa, Ghulam Mustafa, that if we know that habitat selection of a particular, stage of life of Hilsa, we can guard that one, obviously, not guarding the other places where they don't go. So I found the nursing ground or the Hilsa, the Jatka, they love to have the shallow water in the river or in some of the places in the river. Whereas, for the adult one, they love the deeper water in the river. So that's the one. Okay. I worked with the Nijum Deep area, okay, you asked me some of the very important questions. That Hilsa is very important in one sense that they usually support the food chain of other fishes. For example, the sharks. For example, some of the dolphins we suspect. We don't have the data. I didn't work in the sea. But the feeding habit is the sardine or some kind of sharks or clupids. So we suspect that because of the Hilsa, the dolphins are there, in the swatch of no ground or so. Why? That Hilsa is a very fatty fish. Those megafauna, they need energy. So if they have Hilsa in their diet, they have that energy. The fat can be used as a fuel for those fish, and etc. etc. So you think about the bird, they don't come up to the shore. I am working during this work in my recent work on the biodiversity in the sea as well as in the coastal area. I found some of the birds, they live in the swatch. They leave the one. They just come for breed into the island places. But especially they love to have those fatty fish over there. That's the energy they get, in the middle of the sea, and they live in the sea. They die in the sea because they float in a group. Maybe they get, they become a food for other, whales or other sharks or whatever it is. So that kind of, the chain we call megafauna for the fish. And for why the megafauna is important, think about the shark. Most of the shark we have, the sawfish we have, the rays we have, they are the very much endangered or critically endangered fauna in the world. Why? Because they are fish, but they are the ancient kind of fish. They only breed once in a year with 1 or 2 babies. Even some of the sharks, they only breed one. And some of the sawfishes, they breed only 1 kids. I would say in a very silly way. So the survival of that kid is very in question. They grew up, even some of the sharks, they breed maybe 5 or 10 years after, once in a 5 years. So that kind of complex is happening into our Bay of Bengal. So for the survival of and the biodiversity, as well as for those kind of special kind of fish and sharks and whales, as well as the megafauna, we need Hilsa over there. So they are the food beside us in the sea. So that is your question.
Okay, maybe the last one for tonight, because we are running out of time. It's nearly 2.5 hours. So may I now request Manzurul Kibriya to make very brief comments or questions. And we are very delighted to see you today. Please.
Yes, Manzurul, Assalamu alaikum.
জি থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার আমি স্যার বাংলায় বলি অনেক অনেক কৃতজ্ঞতা আপনাকে স্যার আপনার বিশেষ করে আপনার অর্গানাইজেশন সিআরইউকে চমৎকার একটা প্রোগ্রাম অর্গানাইজ করার জন্য এবং প্রফেসর ডক্টর নিয়ামুল নাসির স্যার অত্যন্ত চমৎকার একটা প্রেজেন্টেশন দিয়েছেন আমি ব্যক্তিগতভাবে অত্যন্ত সমৃদ্ধ হয়েছি আমি জাস্ট কোনো কোয়েশ্চেন করব না আমি দুটো আমার মাঠ পর্যায়ের দুটো কমেন্টস করতে চাই স্যার একটা হচ্ছে আমাদের আসলে যে 65 ডেজ যেই ফিশিং ব্যান যেটা কার্যকর করা হচ্ছে আসলে এটা তেমন সাস্টেইন করবে না যদি আমরা ত্রিদেশী অর্থাৎ ট্রাই কান্ট্রি অর্থাৎ ইন্ডিয়া বাংলাদেশ এবং মায়ানমারের মধ্যে যদি এমইউ সাইন না করা হয় এই 65 ডেজ ব্যানটা আসলে কার্যকর হবে না কারণ আমরা মাঠ পর্যায়ে যখন আমরা
Just one moment, just in English, so that Professor Kunal can understand. So you are suggesting for a MOU between
Bangladesh, India, and Myanmar.
Okay, thank you.
আচ্ছা স্যার তো আমার শেষ যেটা কমেন্টস সেটা হচ্ছে আসলে আমরা গত কয়েক বছর ধরে আমরা যে বড় বড় ইলিশ পাচ্ছি আমরা খুব উৎসাহিত খুব খুশি এই যে বিগ সাইজ ইলিশ আমাদের বাংলাদেশে ক্যাচ হচ্ছে আসলে এই বিষয়টা নিয়ে আমি মাঠ পর্যায়ে কিছু এক্সপেরিয়েন্স আমি শেয়ার করতে চাই সেটা নিয়ে আমরা আসলে খুব উৎসাহিত মানে মনে হচ্ছে আমাদের ক্যাচ অনেক বেড়ে গেছে আসলে আমাদের এই যে বড় ইলিশের ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের গিয়ার একটা বড় একটা ফ্যাক্টর আমরা কয়েক বছর ধরে বিশেষ ধরনের কিছু গিয়ার ব্যবহার করতে দেখেছি যেটাকে পকেট জাল বলে লোকালি বলা হয় পকেট জাল আগে আমরা গিল নেট দিয়ে ইলিশ ধরতাম কিন্তু কয়েক বছর ধরে বিশেষ ধরনের কতগুলো জাল আমি কয়েকদিন আগে নিয়ামুল নাসির স্যারের সাথে শেয়ার করেছি ওই জালগুলো দিয়ে তারা কিন্তু এই ইলিশগুলো ধরে যার জন্য বিগ সাইজ ছোট থেকে বিগ সাইজ সবগুলোই ওই পকেট জালের মধ্যে ক্যাচ হয়ে যায় এটার কারণে আমাদের আসলে বে অফ বেঙ্গলের মধ্যে ইলিশের ব্রুডটা কমে যাচ্ছে আমার মনে হয় ডফ থেকে এই গিয়ারটা ব্যান করার জন্য কার্যকর পদক্ষেপ নেওয়া অত্যন্ত জরুরি বলে আমি মনে করি এই দুটো কমেন্ট আমার থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
Thank you. Very important.
Anyway, before we close, there is a request from CRU team that would you please open your camera now? We will be taking some, screenshot, which will be included to our website and our YouTube. So please switch on your your camera, and the team is now ready to take the snap. Okay, screenshot. So
actually, I'm very much delighted to be here today. Thanks, Professor Shoaib, for giving me the opportunity to be here, and I'm very much interested if somebody wants to work on this issue as well as other issues, especially in the geographical way or in a geographic aspect, GIS aspect. I am very much delighted. I can share and share my experience and ideas to collaborate in that way.
Thank you very much, all participants. We are really delighted that you have spent nearly 2.5 hours with us. Unfortunately, we lost a large number of participants when they there was a technical crash, and when we restored that, we saw that some of the participants are missing. However, despite this technical mistake, we are very delighted, we are very happy that you are with us. You know that Coastal Research Unit is devoted to do research and conduct a seminar and publish newsletters and other things regarding the coastal issues along Bangladesh and beyond. So we regularly organize a monthly seminar, and next month, 17th of July, there will be another speech on that ecosystem. What was the title, Sravoni?
Okay, so we have our next webinar on 17th July at 8 p.m. And our key speaker will be Dr. Hasib Muhammad Ifanullah, sir. And our title is Natural-Based Solution and Our Coastal Ecosystems.
Yeah, we all know that Irfanullah is one of the leading person working on this area. So the more we'll be getting a good number of references and a very innovative idea from him. I know personally. So you are all welcome to that forthcoming seminar. And we are also going to publish our newsletter next month, the beginning of next month, and the subject issue matters of this seminar will be included into this newsletter. So thank you very much to all of you. Particularly, I would like to express my gratitude to Kunal from India. We are really delighted, sir, to see you to our team. So we shall be very happy if you join to our next seminars at regular basis. We'll be sending you the invitation. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And a number of participants also shared their ideas from West Bengal. And with these few words, I would like to conclude this session. And thank you very much to all of you. Be safe, take care of yourself.
I'd like to add something, sir, with you. All the videos are available in our YouTube channel. You can check out that. And if anyone of you are interested to collaborate with us, you are most welcome. And we are really delighted tonight. Thank you so much.
Sir, I would like to have a word, sir. Have a few words. So if there is any inconvenience from CRU team, please forgive us, excuse us. We are very new, and we hope we will be able to come up with more improvement in our technical support. Thank you very much, and especially to Niamul, Naser, sir. If there is any inconvenience, sir, forgive us.
Thank you.
My 4 students are really working hard. One is Afrin, another is Rakibul, and another is Sadman Ahmed. Sadman and what is Padmanav is there? Yeah, Sadman, Padmanav, Rakibul, and Afrin, you are doing excellent job. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you.
So good night to everyone. Take care.
Night.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.